Well, everyone, I am not streaming this week because I'm on vacation with the family. We brought the kids to Walt Disney World. We're having a great time. We actually just got back and the kids are down for naps. We're doing a little bit of laundry. And so I'm just here chilling while everyone else is sleeping. And so I figured it was an appropriate time to talk about the elephant that is now in the room, which is Grand Theft Auto 6. And, to talk about, I'm gonna step outside. You look at this, seamless transition, no load screens. Imagine that. We're gonna step outside so I don't wake up the kids with my loud ramblings. But I want to talk about this because let's just be real. The trailer looks ridiculous. Like the trailer looks insane. It's crazy. Every time we think that Rockstar maybe can't live up to the hype or expectations, they somehow do it. Like it absolutely is remarkable and crazy, but that's why people love Rockstar, because they know what they're doing. So I wanted to talk about it just a tad because I think that Rockstar represents something really fascinating in the industry that everybody's aware of, but nobody else can really even begin to approach or to try to do. And that is attention to detail. The one thing that blew my mind more than anything else in that trailer, which of course, graphically, it's amazing. The sound design looks really good. Narratively, it's really interesting. But most remarkably is the attention to detail across the board in everything they're doing. It's all crazy. Like even just a single shot where Jason is walking out of a convenience store and he has a 6-pack of beer and the liquid inside the bottles is sloshing with realistic physics as he's just walking out the door. If it was just a static water that doesn't sploosh or splosh, whatever the technical term is, I think everybody would have been okay with it. Everybody would have been like, yeah, it's a video game. I don't think anybody would have complained. And yet they go that extra mile and they take that extra step to do that. Or little piles of trash in one part of the map look different than the piles of trash in the other part of the map that might be more sophisticated or higher income. But then the poorer areas, the trash looks different. It's that attention to detail that really sets them apart. And everybody is aware of this, and everybody is aware that gamers appreciate it, whether it's in Red Dead, GTA 5, or now GTA 6. But no other studio even begins to attempt to mimic it. And I think it's just because it's really that difficult. It just really is that difficult to make a game on the scale of what you see with GTA 6 with that attention to detail. It's like the old saying, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And I think for a lot of studios, it's just honestly that difficult. It's that unreasonably difficult and expensive and time consuming to think about those things and to work on that extra detail that it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense too, so they don't bother. And I can't really blame them because not many studios get a $1 billion budget to put something like this together. They don't get allowed to delay it, by 6 months or by a year. It's usually you get told your release date and you got to crank it out and figure it out, come hell or high water. So I think that's, what's really stood out to me. The trailer looks phenomenal graphically, beyond that. It's apparently captured, or apparently the whole trailer was captured on the PlayStation 5. They could have said PlayStation 5 Pro, but they didn't. They said PlayStation 5, which if that's the case, if it is actually running on a base PS5, that blows my mind even more. It's absolutely crazy. Every aspect of this game is insane because they also posted some screenshots. I don't know if you've seen these, but on the website, you can actually go and see a bunch of specific and unique screenshots that they sent out, some little bitty animated bits, little gameplay captures that are probably only a quarter of a second long, but are part of the scrolling transition. But in one of these screenshots, there's one of Lucia where she's wearing these sunglasses and she's in a pool, and you can see the full reflection of everything behind the camera in the reflection of the sunglasses. This is full ray tracing. Most video games that are running on console use some trickery to make it look, to get ray traced reflections without having to fully ray trace everything. For example, what Spider-Man Miles Morales did is they have all the glass buildings and glass, panes in the city as you're swinging around. And they wanted that to reflect realistically the other side of Miles that you can't see, from where the player camera is. And so they would do quarter resolution ray tracing, where basically they would clump 4 pixels together and then ray trace that as a single pixel to save, 75% of the compute power that would have otherwise been necessary. That can work, but it's really blurry and it's really just, it works when you're swinging through a city. It works for Spider-Man Miles Morales. It doesn't really work when you're sitting and looking directly at sunglasses and then you see everything reflected realistically behind them. It's absolutely wild. And if this is actually running on base console hardware, it really is wild. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's so far ahead of what anybody else is doing right now graphically. It's outrageous. It really is. But this is what Rockstar does, is they come along, they release a game, and for a decade, no one is even close to that level of fidelity. It's just what they do. And it seems like they're doing it again. And, I think it also brings me back to the discussion we've had a lot on this channel and on my other channels, which is skepticism, healthy skepticism. Because I really do believe if you are a skeptic, you can save yourself from a lot of cons, you can save yourself from a lot of heartache, from a lot of lies, manipulation, if you're skeptical. But I think a lot of people mistake that or confuse it with cynicism. They think being skeptical is also like being intellectual, and that also means being cynical. And that's not what it means. Like, cynicism is when you're just throwing a fit because you can throw a fit. Like, cynicism is when you just look at something and you're like, nope, looks like crap. And if somebody asks you why, you can't really explain it. You're just, looks like crap. I don't like it. It sucks. Like, then you're just being a cynical a-hole. Then you're not doing anything. All skepticism really means is that you are not convinced of a proposition until there is sufficient evidence of that proposition to point you in that direction. Look at this. No load screens. Once more. See? Todd, call me. I'll show you how it's done. But I think skepticism is really, really healthy, and everybody should be skeptical with things. But that also means acknowledging the evidence that is there when it is there. And in the case of Grand Theft Auto 6, people are like, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait. I think you're justified in being excited for GTA 6 because everything they've done for the last 20 years has been remarkable and has been incredible. And everything we're seeing so far for GTA 6 is also pointing in that direction. And that does sit on the scale of evidence. There's reason to think that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be really, really good. Now, if this was coming from a brand new team out of China and we have never heard of them before, and they previously maybe worked on some mobile games, then I would also, I'd be a little bit more skeptical, and I'd be, okay, well, there's not all this evidence of their past track records and history and capabilities to factor in here. So let's maintain cautious optimism, but don't get too crazy. But when it comes to Rockstar, I mean, they have probably the best track record with single player games of anybody in the industry. I mean, it really is crazy what they've been able to do so consistently without really missing. Now, where they do historically miss is with games like Red Dead 2's online mode. That was a bit of a train wreck. And so, it's not perfect, but that's why I think if you specify single player versus multiplayer, then you can be a little bit more nuanced with it. But all told, I mean, it absolutely blew my mind. The trailer looks incredible and phenomenal. It looks like it's going to be another masterclass, and if I were a studio that was looking at releasing in 2026, I would be sweating bullets right now because you got some stiff competition. Absolutely crazy, but it's a good time to be a gamer. We're eating well, we're eating good, and yeah, it's just very, very exciting. So apologies for no streams this week, but thank you for supporting me and the team, allowing me to go on a vacation like this with my family, making dreams come true, as it were. It's thanks to you guys, and never ever think I take that for granted. I truly, truly don't. And I'm sure Jacob and Trevor and the rest of the Luke Stevens team, we all, equally appreciate you guys watching and supporting and making all of this possible. And who knows, maybe I do need to just go on more vacations so that more big news gets dropped the moment I leave. You never know. That's the last thing I need to do, is take more vacations. But truly, truly, thank you. We'll talk about this more on stream when I get back, I'm sure. But before I do that, I need to go and sit down at my little computer over there, and I need to film something real quick because I know something that you don't. I sure do. I sure do. Guess in the comment section below. Guess. You'll see it in a few days, I'm sure, but just guess. I wonder if any of you guys can figure out what I've got over there. I want to tell you so bad, but I can't. Okay, anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye. He took my thing.